Jeff fans, what's going on? I'm fired up. I just walked in the door. I barely have a voice right now, but it was well worth it. Phenomenal team win. Far from perfect, but they got the job done. The defense was pretty shaky at times, but they made the big impact plays. 4 turnovers, 3 picks, a fumble. Especially the way they started the game. We needed to come out strong like that, even though we gave it back 2 minutes later. But, Claiborne with the pick 6 off the deflection. Later on, Lee and Williamson also added a couple picks. Those guys have been playing out of their minds this year. Great to see that from the young linebackers. The secondary obviously banged up. They gave up quite a few plays, but it wasn't as bad as, I thought it could have been at times. Nickerson, he got beat a couple times, but then he responded with a few nice plays. It was certainly tough. You got, Tremaine Johnson out, Buster Screen out. Marcus May left the game. And then even on the offensive side of the ball, you lost Quincy early on, which didn't help. And even with that, shout out to my man Sam Darnold and Jeremy Bates. He called a phenomenal game. Darnold executed. He took what the defense gave him, even without Quincy in there, even without much of any kind of running game. The Colts were looking for the run. We kind of expected that off, what they did last week. So they were in quite a few third down situations, and Darnold every time was just making money throws. 24 of 30, 2 touchdowns. He had the pick early on, but he bounced back right away from that. He was just phenomenal. I love the play call to Herndon. The kind of misdirection to Robbie on the screen, and then they hit Herndon was wide open on that play. Just a phenomenal play call there. So much to be excited about. A lot of young guys that stepped up today. Again, it's far from perfect. They're still not there yet. Next week is going to be a huge test. Minnesota Vikings, Kirk Cousins coming to town. I'm fired up for that game probably more than any other game this year because, again, we all know the Jets made him an offer, 3 years, $30 million a year, and he wanted to go play for a winner in Minnesota. And I couldn't be more grateful for the way that worked out. We got the better quarterback, I am convinced. We have the better quarterback already in Sam Darnold. He's still going to have his ups and downs, but he just went toe-to-toe with Andrew Luck. You could actually make the argument he outplayed Luck today. And, he was the difference maker in this game. 8 straight drives, you put up points. That's a huge credit to your quarterback, a huge credit to your offensive coordinator, huge credit to the offensive line, too. I know they struggled a little bit with the run blocking, but, they protected Darnold well. I think he only got sacked once. Certainly a few snaps there from Spencer Long that are, getting some people frustrated, which is understandable. But, Darnold did what he had to do, man. He took what the defense gave him. He was accurate all day, throws on the money. Terrell Pryor stepped up. Jermaine Kearse was a huge weapon today. I think he had like 9 catches. That was great to see. The tight ends are getting involved for the last couple weeks. So much to be excited about. They just got to keep it going now. And let's not forget Jamal Adams with that big play. When he hit the dude in the backfield, forced a fumble. That was a big momentum changer early on. So, again, so much to be excited about. These young guys, they're maturing. It's trending in the right direction. I said it a couple weeks ago when people were jumping off the ledge, wanting to fire everybody, talking smack about Maccagnan, talking smack about Bowles and Jeremy Bates. It was going to take some time. We're starting to see it. Now the big question is, can they do it against some better teams? Can they do it against the Minnesota Vikings team? Can they do it in Chicago the following week? All right. And again, I still don't think they're there. I still wouldn't say yet that I think this is going to be a playoff team. But hey, if the Patriots lose tonight, I know the Dolphins, they won, just a few minutes ago in overtime. But if you're sitting a game out of the division and you're right in the thick of it in the wild card, that's what you want as a fan. You want it to be fun. You want to have the opportunity to play some big games down the stretch. Even if you're not there yet, even if you don't make it, that experience alone for this defense, for Darnold, for Bowles, for everybody, it's going to be huge. All right. I don't think anybody's going anywhere. So hopefully these last couple wins can kind of calm people down a little bit. I know everybody was fired up after the 3-game losing streak, and they wanted to see some changes. But be patient. This thing it's definitely trending in the right direction. I love what we saw today, especially from the offense. It's been a while since we had a game like that. 3 times already this year, we've scored over 30 points. Stay with it. All right, just stay with it. We're probably going to see a few more games at some point this year that go in the other direction, but I think we're going to see a lot more of this, what we're seeing today, which is, Darnold executing. The defense just being relentless, forcing turnovers. I wish we would have had a little bit more pressure today, but the past couple of weeks we have had it, and so I think that just kind of speaks more to the game plan and just trying to force luck into a couple more picks and playing coverage, which it worked. We had a few that were dropped and a few more that we made. So, I think that just spoke to the game plan, and they knew they could put up points. So, hell of a win. I'm excited. I'm fired up. Kirk Cousins, bring it. We're ready for you. Let's go. Let's go, Jets.